Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't heard this music in so long. But, yes, we're here. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of that humble internet? My name is Ryan, aka the Ryeman, and welcome back to Say It With Me Now! Ryeman's Bizarre Adventures in Katawa Shoujo!
He said it! He said it!
We have completed every route. So now there is nothing left for us but to see what the community has in store. And we have what is being said is quite a good one. This is Stories Beyond. A small team is hard at work and giving more stories, more routes, more art, and I know there's at least one person out there that probably did a spit take when they saw this pop up onto their feed. So there's nothing else to do it but to do it, folks. Ooh, what's upcoming? Ah, yes. The people who are behind this are making it a little easy for you to keep in track for all their progress. So, ooh. Where do you want to go? Alright, so this isn't here then, right? You mean more to come? Hmm? Oh. Okay, so these do nothing. That's good. That's fine. Oh my, I just realized the second that I hit learning to fly, I'm going to have to bust out my voice acting again. Because that's what I did in the whole saga of Katawa Shoujo. I voiced everyone. Unless I had a random one of my buddies come in to guest voice. This is gonna suck, if only because I'm still in that recovering stage of a flu. So my voice is gonna be all wonky still. What's this? This takes place in Act 1, immediately after the scene It Builds Character, where Hisao has a conversation with Muto about learning to deal with the disabilities of the other students. Misha barges in and asks for help finding plywood and other supplies. I quite well remember all that.
Flashback.
It's usually one of two things. It's usually Misha, or it's Misha. Son of a fuck!
End of flashback.
And Muto encourages Hisao to give her a hand. So are you telling me we're just jumping straight into it? Like, I don't have to go through all that other stuff. We're just going straight into the new content. Instead of heading right down to the art room, where we meet Rin, the Collector, he instead decides to start his search in a different area. Ooh! This is it. This is it. We're now officially back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Need to cough. Hold on. And now we're back. We're so back. This is exciting. This is like the newest season of Marvel's What If. We took a right down at a fork rather than a left. And I'm at a loss for where to go. Overall, it's not that bad. I just got here to Yamako a few days ago, and with the process of settling in, I haven't had much of a chance to look around the campus yet. Well, Hisao, my boy! This is me slapping him on his back, on the back of his shoulder. Probably shouldn't do that to him because he does suffer from arrhythmia. That's right, you have to roll your R's when you say arrhythmia. Look into the lore. That's my way of saying go back and rewatch all of my Katawa Shoujo saga. Ever since I introduced myself to the class, Shizune and Misha have been monopolizing what little free time I have. It's funny we use the word monopolizing, as in Monopoly, as in board games, because their whole thing is risk. All the memories are flooding back. All the memories. I appreciate them making the effort to make me feel welcome, but it can be, more than a little exhausting. By the way, if you're new to this channel, this is my warning to you now. I don't know if I can say that word without risking being cancelled. So what's another way to say the R word? I'm mentally challenged, which means I can't really read. So please brace yourself for that. Plenty of alcohol will be needed to get through this playthrough. Not for me! I go through life raw dog in reality. That booze is for you. If you're of age. That's gonna be up on Keemstar's, like, local unknown failed YouTuber Ryman is promoting underage drinking. This time, though, I'm thankful for their interruption. Misha barged in and saved me from what was shaping up to be a fairly uncomfortable conversation with Muto. Not knowing what else to do, I decided to help Misha find what she needed, without stopping to think how much knowledge of my surroundings I would need to actually do this. Thus the reason I'm wandering aimlessly around campus. This would not have happened if we had just called in the Raven Guard. They're fantastic at scouting out locations within a matter of minutes, let alone days you've been at this campus. I'm gonna stop now before this entire playthrough just turns into one podcast after another discussing what little I know of Warhammer 40k. I find myself actually enjoying the walk around the grounds. No, this is not anyone's invitation to make a visual novel for me to read through about anything Warhammer 40k related. I haven't been able to do much of walking at all in the last few months, figuring that I was laid out in the hospital. And the afternoon sun on my skin and slight breeze running over me make me close my eyes and inhale the clean air deeply in appreciation. It's such a stark contrast from the environment that was my existence until only recently. The only filtered sterile air that always had an undertone of harsh chemicals and antiseptic, and the precisely controlled temperature with no variation at all. God, if this is new writing, and it feels right at home for Katawa Shoujo, I'm just gonna say that. When was the last time I did this? It feels like a lifetime ago. This isn't new yet. I think I remember those trees. That sounds so stupid. I let my breath out in a heavy sigh, opening my eyes to look around me and take stock. Yamako is actually larger than one would think a normal school would be, and much larger than my old one. I'm not sure just how large it is yet. I've seen glimpses of a running track and athletic field out of the window in class, And there are a few other buildings scattered around the garden than just the dorms and the two I've been in. I know the important things, like my classroom in the main building, the dorms, the cafeteria, the nurse's office, the nurse's office in one of the auxiliary buildings. And frankly, that's all you really need to know. The nurse and the dynamic duo mentioned something about a swimming pool as well. Maybe I'll have to find it if I keep wandering around. Ooh, I wonder if that's what one of the new girls is going to be. She swims. She's a swimmer! As I walk down the pathway towards the building that houses the nurse's office, I begin to think a bit more about the school and the people I've met so far, reflecting on Mutel's words. I stumble in on Lily. That was a... That was an infamous or famous encounter in this entire channel saga, depending on who you are and what circles you run in. And that was pretty nice, actually. It was the first time since I got to Yumiko that I actually was able to let my guard down and relax a bit. I had a very brief conversation with Hanako in the library, and then spoke with Yuko, who can only be described as... Okay, intriguing's not the word that I would use to describe Yuko. After all the interactions I've had with that individual, the best word that I would use to describe Yuko is Yuko. And if you know Yuko, you know that sums up Yuko perfectly. I'm now going to take a brief pause again to hack out my lungs. I will edit that out. And we're back. Don't get old, folks, or if you get old, don't get sick. And if you get sick, just do yourself the favor and die. It's a lot better to do that than to go through the whole entire recovering process. Should I have waited to fully 100% recover before I dived balls deep into a visual novel playthrough? Yes. Was I going to? No. Because I wanted to get stuff done. So I had all the time in the world to edit to get this up in time for Valentine's Day. Right, you don't have to get something up in time for Valentine's Day. You don't understand the... Stop swearing so much. You don't understand the lore, okay? Not associated with this game in particular. I'm talking about just the lore of the channel in general. Me... Going off on that tangent, I'm starting to sweat. This is why I don't keep my webcam on like 95% of the time. Moving on. Then there's Kenji. You know? Kenji's one of my favorite characters. That's probably an oxymoron. Figuring that Kenji is probably everyone's one of their favorite characters. And the way my voice is right now, it's prime perfect to do a Kenji. I decided I don't want to think about Kenji right now. And it's probably wise to follow that policy as much as possible in the future. I have failed that policy. I go through life once every 3 days with the thoughts coming back into my mind ever since completing Katawa Shoujo. So, what would Kenji say and do in this situation? Forget what would Jesus do. I need to sell shirts. What would Kenji do? This is new. I don't recognize that bike. I don't recognize that car. I don't recognize this street, and I don't recognize that building. Plus, also, like the little cell shading thing seems slightly off. This is a new building. I like it. I can only recognize this is 100% new because I think I'm And someone's going to correct me if I'm wrong, right? And I hope you do. Oh my goodness. I think I am the only YouTuber, known or unknown, doesn't matter, to have gone through every route. I think so. Probably definitely wrong. I need to jump back into the Katawa Shoujo hole and get myself cultured to see who else has done every single route. I haven't done 100% completion, because that would involve getting all the other neutral and bad endings to every single route. And I would say normally, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know this for a goddamn fact. I got the best ending on each route. First time, too, if I believe so. Yes, I do, in fact, believe so. So, trust me on this, as a man who's been around this damn campus more times than others. That's a new building. I stop in front of the auxiliary building, next to a large tree planted in a hole in the concrete sidewalk. There are a few here in a line, almost as if forming a barrier between this building and the rest of the school. I see a few students milling about themselves or casually talking in groups of 2 or 3. Another glance at the front of the building has me seeing a sign emblazoned over the main entrance that I didn't notice yesterday. Performing Arts Center, huh? I can't see how I missed that earlier. I looked down at the list Misha had given me, giving it a thorough read for the first time! We've been walking around who knows how long. Wandering around aimlessly, I might add. And this is the first time you decided to give a thorough read of the list of the things we need. It's times like this. This is why I tell people, you need a friend with you at all times. All times. That just carries around an empty glass bottle. For the purpose of smashing it over your head when you do something stupid. For me, that friend is Don. Oh my god, I have to get through this. I'm gonna die. I scratched my head while taking a moment to ponder. This is the performing arts wing. Maybe if Yamako has a theater department, they'll have some plywood for their sets or know where to get some. If I'm lucky, I'll find an art classroom here as well, since Izune specified she needed no less than 5 different colors of paint. Oh no. This is the moment I've actually been secretly dreading. This is a new character. I'm gonna have to voice them. Oh my god, okay. Fuck me religiously. Oh, alright, okay. I need to take a step back, force myself through a coughing fit, gargle water, get my voice into a nice neutral state. Alright, I'm gonna step away and do that right now. Are we still on? Are we still live? Are we still on the? Are we still live? Could you imagine that? Would I be the very first person ever to do a live Twitch stream of Katawa Shoujo? Oh my lord. Okay. Okay. Voice feels a little better. Okay. Now that I got that out of the way, what did I do for literally everyone? Alright. We started down here for Hanako. It was quiet, reserved, shy, a little above a whisper. We were more regal for Lily. Also, the voice I did for Monica, but the different playthrough. For Rin, we were very monotone, almost bored with everything around us. For Misha! For Shizune, we were... That's the joke, thank you. How did I do Amy? Did I try to go for the southern drawl for Amy? I remember once upon a time going more high-pitched, then eventually just kind of turned into a little bit of a southern thing. I don't know. Talented voice actor, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I am for hire. Please don't. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I think I even did this voice for one of the girls. I forget her name, but she had one hand. Yuko sounded like this. Ooh. We all remember Kenji. Muto sounded like this. And for the life of me, I can't remember what I did for the nurse. Okay, so I went through all that. I do not have generic female voice. It sounds more like Lily and being all prim, proper, and regal. I don't know. Monica. Yes, I'm doing this in my goddamn fucking Monica voice. Monica, do me a favor. Just cut out all this while I literally try to conjure up a fucking new voice.
Sure thing, darling.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay. This is gonna be terrible. So, I start here with my more prim proper, and I decided, until I get more of a feel for this character, make it more casual, you know? So, this isn't real work in progress from someone who doesn't voice act and decided to do this. Excuse me? Are you lost? Startled out of my musing, I turn around and see the source of the voice. One of the female students is staring at me with slightly quizzical, amused look on her face. I see a cane. We're putting it bets, people, for what's wrong with her. We already went the legless route with Emmy, but it is still up on the board for possibilities for a peg leg. I guess I am. I'm new here. What are you looking for? She asks, not unkindly, with a quick look down at the paper I'm holding. Her head tilts to the side for a second, waiting for a response. It certainly can't hurt to ask. My eye, it keeps getting drawn to the cane. It doesn't look, and I'm sure I'll get a better look at it later, but right off the bat, obviously I guess she's not blind. So it doesn't look like a cane to help with that. I don't know. Maybe more for support? Keep placing in your bets for what's wrong with her. Winner wins absolutely nothing! I am so terribly sorry for the interruption, ladies and gentlemen. But, you see, I needed to take the pause here, even forever how brief it may be, to take this moment to make a short announcement. You see, I wanted to take the time to personally thank today's sponsor. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right. We actually have a sponsor for this crap. This video has been made possible and brought to you by none other than me! I guess I'm an errand boy for the student council right now. They sent me to fetch a few things they need for the festival stall, and I was trying to figure out where to find them. She gives a small nod of acknowledgement and holds out her free hand expectantly for the list. As I give it to her, I get a few seconds to look at her and see why she only has one free hand. She's a few centimeters shorter than me, shorter than I, with a cute face framed by light chestnut hair that reaches down just past her shoulders. She's wearing the standard Yumiko uniform, but instead of white stockings like Lily or black stockings like Hanako, she's wearing a pair of dark black socks that come up just below her knees, and standard brown shoes, which aren't alone in touching the ground. My eyes shift to her left hand and the cane she holds. Unlike Lily's, which is very skinny. Look! See, our boy Hisao, we are quickly getting back in mental sync with one another. We're noticing this shit. Unlike Lily's, which is very skinny and used for guidance, this one looks like it's built more for support, especially from the fact that the loop on the handle is firmly encircling her wrist. The most striking feature, though, are the pair of honey-colored eyes peeking out from under her neatly brushed bangs. They're filled with an eagerness and intensity as they fly over the paper, practically twinkling as the gears in her brain turn. Well, you can probably find most of this in one of the art rooms. She fixes that gaze on me and hands me the list back. It's said lightly, but with a look of amusement, I've already gone right back into that peak of I can't read. She fixes that gaze on me and hands me the list back. It's said lightly, but that look of amusement hasn't left her eyes yet. Strangely, I find it disarming. Well, you find it disarming. I have yet to be disarmed. There are people who are new to this channel that were not expecting that. It's okay. Find a veteran of this channel and have them help you get securely in place and buckled up for the ride that you're about to embark with this channel. I thought as much, but I'm not quite sure where that is. I thought it might be in this building, since it says Arts right in the title. I was starting to do a laugh in her, like, new-ish work in progress voice, but since I can't really laugh yet without, like, my lungs collapsing in on themselves, it just really makes it seem like her disability is that she's probably dying from the cowboy disease. Oh no. A lot of people think that, but this isn't where the arts rooms are. This is for the theater and musical departments. Drama, band, things like that. That's why the side of the building is so large. That's the main auditorium for different performances and school assemblies. We call it the Pack for short. I don't know if I can keep calling it the Pack. I don't know why that makes me giggle. She brushes a stray lock of her hair over her ear, revealing a small red earring dangling down. There's also the main medical offices at the other end. Yeah. I've already met the nurse. He's interesting. What for? I know the nurse is coming back. Oh no, please don't let it be this play session. How long has this play session been going on? Oh lordy. Let's get a move on. Oh, you don't know the half of it. He has a bit of a reputation around here. By the way, I can show you where the main art room is. I'm in the art club, and I need to head there anyway. I just need to grab one thing here first, if you don't mind waiting. That would be great, actually. I still don't know my way around this place yet. It's only my third day. Yogo is a lot larger than I expected. Well, if there's anything you want to know, just ask. It's pretty easy to get around once you know the place. Here, I'll show you what's inside. She starts to head towards the lobby door, with me easily falling into place beside her. I can't help but notice the very slight limp she has. Ah, that's just her pimp walk! But also the practiced ease at which she moves with it. I suddenly realize that I've gone this far in a conversation, and I don't even know who I'm talking to. That is me, bro. There are people who went on to be like some of my best friends, brothers, that I would consider them, that I didn't learn the names until like 3 weeks. I don't know if it's a guy thing or just because I'm challenged. I'm just terrible with names. So you get too far into an interaction where it's like, it's too awkward now to ask for their name. Thanks. You know, I didn't quite get your name. It's Saki. Like the booze? Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Am I just horribly uncultured? Is this one of the reasons why some of the guys want to drag me over to Japan? Saki and Saki, dear, you gotta bear with me for a second. I'm gonna have to horribly butcher your name so that someone in the comments section who's way smarter than I am can tell me the correct way to do this. Alright, but bear with me. Alright, okay, here we go. Saki Enomoto. Saki Enomoto. Enomoto. Hello, Moto. Saki Enomoto. Enomoto. Okay. Saki Enomoto. What's yours? Hisao Nakai. I think? It's gonna... Oh man, I don't know how to say names! I try to match the genuine tone in her voice with my own and finding it surprisingly easy. I take a step ahead and pull the door open for her. Pleased to meet you, and thank you. More new things. I don't recognize that door. I don't like being in new places. It makes me uncomfortable because when I enter new places, to help me feel at ease, I need a combination of the 3 requirements. 1, I need to have people that I know around me, so I feel less awkward. 2, I need to know where all the exits are at all times. And 3, I need to be able to smoke. Those are my 3 requirements to be completely comfortable in new environments. The foyer is modest, yet airy as I look around. This is the foyer? The foyer? I would not have expected that from the look on the outside. The foyer is modest yet airy as I look around, with a few scattered chairs and benches, a wall with a brightly painted mural, and then large doorways leading onto the other areas of the building. I see a few others sitting around the room, either chatting in hushed tones with their peers, or their noses intently in books. 2 look up and wave in our direction, and Saki waves back. This way. Huh. Oh, I wasn't... Oh, we're gonna get back to that. I wasn't even looking at the door. I was looking at this new piece of artwork. I don't know if this is throwing up sign language or gang signs, but I think this one hand has extra fingers. Okay. I'm done laughing about that. I'm gonna start laughing about this. I'm gonna save here. And we're gonna get back to this. I hope people had fun. I hope some of you enjoyed that we're back in this world. I have to leave this off because I'm not going to be able to think straight after looking at this. Please, if you had any fun at all, we have to go through that usual spiel. Please, like the video and leave comments down below. The YouTube's algorithm really likes that and helps the more interactions with likes and comments. YouTube's algorithm is like, oh, maybe more people would like to see this, and more people can learn of the existence of this game, let alone channel. Silly. Okay, focus, Ryan. Okay. So yeah, YouTube's algorithm is weird. Most of my videos normally get around maybe 10 to 20 views of the usual normal people that come around to watch my shenanigans. Believe it or not, there's a few hundred people that are watching my Land of the Freeze video, like Infection Free Zone, and I feel dumb about that because that's a lot of people's introduction into my channel, and it's me in like my death throes recovery state from a flu. So hats off to the people who made it through that video. I don't know what YouTube's algorithm saw about that. It was to be like, let's share that around, but let's see if we can have a repeat of that magic and have people suddenly jump on board with Katawa Shoujo. Also, I just hope that you guys were enjoying this. This person's name is Debussy!